Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. Thank you so much for joining me here today. If Capricorn is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Capricorn, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. A Six of Cups. Wow, this is nice. This is real connection, right? This is feeling that you have the best kind of quality people around you. I feel like you're somebody right now who's focused on those interpersonal relationships, your inner circle, your quality people, your close friends, family. Okay? This is a card of love. This is a card of finding connection with people. This is a card that kind of says, like, you're going to have the happiest day of your life. Okay? This is, it's also something about lamps, right? These cups, they look more like lamps than anything else. So I wonder if there is maybe a connection with lamps. You're a collector, or there's something about sort of the ornate lamp, table lamp, desk lamp, or something like that, right? This is maybe talking about kind of an intimate dinner with somebody, maybe romantic. Yeah, it could be. Could just be a small, quiet dinner with your very best people. We see a nice table laid out, candles, bringing out the good silverware, right? Using the fancy plates, Maybe you're working on something like that. Maybe this is sort of your vibe right now, that you kind of want to have these quiet, intimate evenings with your people, your pets, your plants, your family, your friends, maybe your spouse or romantic partner, sure. Very, very good energy. Let's see what's going on with this. Let's do some more cards here. We've got a Knight of Wands. Got a Hanged Man. Interesting. And an Eight of Pentacles, yeah, this idea of slowing down. We're having that nice dinner, and then someone's pager goes off and they get called into the office or into the hospital or whatever. Do people even still use pagers anymore? So it feels like there's something that's sort of something very unexpected and urgent is sort of disrupting this beautiful harmony that we've got with that Six of Cups. Maybe this is, maybe this really is kind of like this crazy idea that you're having this small, quiet evening dinner with somebody, and they just say, "Hey, let's go to Vegas." Hey, right now, let's just go to the beach. Let's just, don't have time to go home and pack. We're not doing, let's just go, right? It's that sort of impulsive, spontaneity. I can barely say it. Let's see what else we've got. Two of Cups. Oh, that's nice. I got the Queen of Pentacles, and Eight of Cups, the Emperor energy, and a Six of Wands. So Six of Cups, Six of Wands. The Five up there is interesting because I feel like you're kind of ready for something different. You're ready for some excitement. You're ready to kind of, you're inspired, I think. I think the Six of Cups, the kind of connection that you have with whoever your people are. Whatever this, if it's one person, if it's many people, maybe this is kind of celebrating an accomplishment at work. Maybe this is celebrating you achieving something or getting a promotion, or we could even be looking at it as celebrating the recovery from a particular illness, right? Maybe that, you kind of have, you've succeeded in conquering whatever this was, and this is the time of celebration, right? This is the time of you being very generous with your energy, and others are being very generous with theirs, and it just creates this magical moment in your life. Yeah. And there's an inspiration there. There's a motivation there. There's some kind of a spontaneity. There's some kind of a rush. Maybe it's just really kind of a spur of the moment thing that you're going to set off and go do something that you've never done before. And the Knight of Wands is kind of an impulsive card, but I think in this case it's kind of saying, yeah, go with it. Do it. See where it's going to take you. I think that there's no reason not to. I feel like you're in a very good place in your life. Maybe this is you meeting, well, it could be an Aries person, to be honest with you. There could be, because both of these are the Aries power cards, right? The Knight of Wands and the Emperor itself. But let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. I'm kind of like, this is kind of crazy energy. I feel that this is really, it's really exciting times for you right now. Yeah. So here's our mystery card, Alien Simon Moore Ripley, right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. We will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If you want to play a little game and try to predict that card, put your guess, your hunch, your prediction down in the comments. Let's exercise our intuition. Yeah, it'll be fun. And I think fun is kind of what we want. I'm already saying that's going to be the Fool card, right? It's got to be. I feel like you're ready for a night out. You're ready for some fun. You're ready to sort of let loose. I do have this idea here with the pentacles and the water energy, both eights. I feel that there was this kind of, there's a recovery from something. I feel like maybe it was even something quite serious, where maybe there were people around you that didn't think that you were going to make it. But it's like you did. You're here, and you're just ready to live. Not in a kind of risky or dangerous way, but in a way where you're not going to hold yourself back. See, the Knight of Wands is not the Princess of Wands, right? It's not that kind of risky behavior, impulsive, doesn't really know any better. No, this is kind of saying, I'm done holding myself back. I'm ready to trust my impulse. I'm ready to trust like where life is going to take me. And so what we see, or, well, I should rephrase that. What don't we see here? I'll give you a second. Yeah, exactly. We don't see any swords cards, right? We don't have any doubt. We don't have anything in our mind that's saying, well, I really should, it's already 8:30. I should probably get in bed, No, we've just got this. I'm just trusting. If an opportunity is there, you're not doing anything kind of, again, it's not dangerous. You're not doing anything like that. You're allowing yourself to do what you want to do. You're allowing yourself to be free. You're allowing yourself to kind of carry yourself away. You're allowing yourself to be inspired, to be creative, to be engaging, to be active, to be out there in the world, shining your light, Capricorn, and enjoying what life has to offer you. There's no swords cards here that have that doubt, that say, no, it's not a good idea. It's a school night, or it's a work night, or, it's going to cost too much, or, it's getting too late, or I'm kind of tired. And there's none of that. It's just like, you want to go, you want to have a good time, you want to celebrate. There's something for you to celebrate right now. Okay? And it feels to me like it's the recovery of something. It's either, I don't know, maybe you got out of debt, maybe you recovered from a particular injury or illness. Maybe it's even that you got out of a bad relationship, and now it's just that, like, I want to go out and I want to meet people. I want to talk to people. I want to go to shows. I want to go to museums. I want to create art. Let's go paint somewhere. I want to go see some music. I want to play music. Whatever these things are for you, I feel like that's the name of the game. So we don't have any air, but we do have major arcana energies. We've got the Hanged Man and the Emperor. I think the Hanged Man is sort of everything you've missed out on in the last, I don't know about a time frame here, maybe the last year? I want to say it's at least 8 months that I feel like something's been going on with you. And I feel like you've kind of missed out on something. Yeah. And so the Hanged Man, I think, is indicating that. That's part of the deal here. That's why you're kind of in this position now, is because you finally don't have to miss out on everything. So the Aries energy is then you sort of taking responsibility for your life and saying, I'm not just going to hang out and let the world sort of pass me by. I'm going to get out here and I'm going to do things. I'm going to engage in things. I'm going to try new things. I'm going to go skydiving. I'm going to go bungee jumping. That kind of scares the heck out of me, but there's this new vibrant energy coming for you, okay? And I think you're already feeling it. I think that it's kind of, you're willing to put yourself out there. We don't have a lot of this self-conscious energy that we might see with some swords cards. You're not embarrassed to just let yourself go, to let loose, to dance in the rain in the street, Watch out for cars. But the Hanged Man, I think, is the time where you couldn't do those things. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because of an illness or a relationship that was not ideal. If there was some other situation going on, maybe there was debt, maybe there was an injury, I don't know. But this is kind of, this is what we're sort of rebelling against, that Hanged Man, that idea of having to not do something and watch everybody else go out and do it. It's kind of like when you're sick as a kid and you see all your friends outside playing and your mom will let you go out and play because you're sick. If you're too sick to go to school, you're too sick to go play. I've heard that many times. And it's kind of the feeling. It's just we're missing out on life, and I think it's been a while. Now, the Eight of Pentacles here, I think really show that, there's been a recovery for you, that there's been a building up and I think it was a slow but steady recovery, recuperation, rehabilitation maybe, or just a restoration of your physical health and vitality. Now, I'm not a doctor. I'm not predicting or diagnosing anything, but I feel like you weren't okay. Now you're okay. Yeah. Now you're okay. And the Five of Cups is, again, that sort of energy of missing out. Okay? There's a disappointment. And maybe this was a relationship that was going on for a long time, and you came to realize that it was something holding you back. It was something for which there was not a lot of hope for improvement. Okay? So with the Five of Cups, I think it was an emotional time for you. Just kind of being, if this was an illness or an injury, it's an emotional time. Not just because we can't go out and play, but because we're kind of confronted with our mortality, right? But we're also kind of we're also acutely aware of who has been there for you and who has not. Okay? And I think this is really a big thing. And I kind of wonder with the Five of Cups if you weren't really expecting anyone to show up for you. But then the right people did. Yeah. And maybe it wasn't the person you thought was going to be there, but the right people showed up for you. So a Five and a Six of Cups to me really is this feeling of community, a sense of these are your people, And maybe you just kind of, even with the water here, maybe you kind of thought that you didn't have people, But the Six of Cups is like really that connection, that you're finding your people and you're connecting with them, and there is a strong bond now. It really is a close connection. These are your people or your person. Maybe we're talking about one particular person, and it might be an Aries person. Also, Spirit's telling me something about you restoring furniture, or you take things that are sort of old and maybe like someone has thrown out, and you restore them to glory, right? So it feels like renovating furniture, renovating houses, or something like that. You fix things up, right? That's the thing that I'm kind of getting. And even I wonder if there was more of this illness thing I'm feeling, but from childhood. I wonder if a long time ago you were seriously sick, and how that's reflecting in your life today, might be through this idea of being stuck in a situation where you feel like you're missing out on the best parts of life. So maybe you weren't seriously ill right now. Maybe this is sort of a memory from the past, but right now it's kind of, you're in that relationship, you're in that work environment, you're in that routine of life where you feel you're stuck and you're missing out, right? So it could be either way. Yeah. But the Two of Cups that we see in the future position, that is beautiful, because that is really your ability to connect with people, and not even really with words, right? Where there's no swords cards here at all. You're not really communicating, with words and phrases and letters and all that stuff. It's like it's a heart vibe that you've got with people now. It's just it's an unspoken thing. It's just a look. It's just a feeling. And it might really be saying too that this is you ready for romance. Okay? But not in a rebound sort of way. For those of you that have gotten out of a relationship, I feel like the Six of Cups is you finding support with your family and your friends and really just living life, right? Living life. And I think maybe the Two of Cups is in the future, maybe a couple of months from now or longer. The idea of really finding the one, right? Finding the right one, not just the right now one, because this is really kind of like a soulmate connection. It's kind of a mirror thing where you almost feel like this has to be your counterpart. This is something undeniable, right? This could be really a sense of purpose or a sense of direction in your life that you're starting to connect with. It really kind of has a vibe of a romance to me. Okay, and I don't say that very often. I can hear the groans and everything. I can feel the eyes rolling. But it might be that for some of you, especially if this was a situation where for a long time you were kind of, with somebody that wasn't helping you to bring out your best self, and one that kind of, you felt as if you were missing out on the best parts of life is what I'm feeling and what I'm hearing, right? But this is now Venus in Cancer, okay? So this is really you following your own sort of desire, your own attractions, what really means something to you, what you feel, what you want, right? It's you expressing your love and affection toward what you like, right? And not feeling stuck doing something that is not really for you. Now, we could be talking career here. It doesn't have to be romance, doesn't have to be family. We could be strictly talking about work, okay? And it's kind of the feeling of being stuck in a job or a career or a field of study, a field of work that is just not satisfying to you. It feels like you're missing out on the best parts of life. Well, the Two of Cups then is you connecting, right? Is connecting with something that really speaks to your heart. It may not even be a logical choice. In fact, logic doesn't even matter. We're saying it's rational or irrational. Those words don't even exist for you right now. It either feels right or it doesn't. Okay? And with this case, I think it really does feel right. Okay? And I think that this really is really kind of spreading love, spreading kindness and compassion, sort of one interaction at a time. It's really one-on-one connections with people. It's kind of like, it's the way that you might, the person that you're talking to in the moment, it's your ability to make them feel that they're like the only person in the world that matters. It's that kind of, and I think that all your people feel this way because there's something different about you if you haven't noticed yet. And to me, this really does seem like you've got that intensity that it doesn't matter who you're talking. You could be petting a dog, but it's just like for that moment, it's just you and the dog. Like they're the only person in the world, And I think other people really appreciate that. And I find that there's kind of an intensity with that that some people don't like. That some people, not that they don't like it, but they're like kind of intimidated by it maybe. That's okay. You're not turning your light down for anybody. You're letting your light really, really shine. Yeah. And that's a motif that we've been talking about quite a bit in the Capricorn readings over the last 2 years, really. Is you kind of not turning down your light, not dimming your shine, yeah. We're going to talk about the path of the serpent. As we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's free. And it really helps out the channel. And I ask you to support, please, all of your favorite YouTube tarot readers. I know I'm probably your number one favorite, but everybody, okay? Because things are tough all over out here for the YouTube tarot community. So like the videos, share the videos, subscribe to the channels, leave comments, even if it's just to say hi. Again, not just this channel, but all of your favorite tarot readers. All right. Let's talk about your general energy now with the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is your ability to reflect on the past. So you're looking at this and this and this, and you're able to really say, I get it now. I understand what I was doing. I understand why I was doing it. And I kind of know what it was all for. We're looking at the past. You're tracing the long and winding road, right, that you've been on to get right where you are now. And you're appreciating it for what it was. And not that it was always pleasant. In fact, if it is what I think it is, it wasn't pleasant at all. But you don't hate it. You're not angry with it. You're not mad at it. You don't want to do it again. And that's the point. That you can appreciate it for what it was. You can see it for what it really was. You've distilled it into those kind of little kernels of wisdom that you will then keep with you forever, and you will apply it to the future. So that you will not repeat that sort of thing again. Okay? Or we'll try our very best to prevent it from happening. Yeah. So this is really sort of a retrospective on your life. Your ability to understand why things happened to you the way they did. Right? And again, not to be angry with it, to just accept it and say, okay, that's part of who I am now. And we've got to turn it into a strength. And indeed, I think that's what you're doing with all the fire energy that we see. You're really turning it into a strength. Spirit's saying that the financial situation that you're in is getting better. That things are being built up there. Maybe this has something to do with some debt left over from something, but it's going to be okay. Spirit's saying that the financial front, everything is going to be great. But you've got to keep that good head on your shoulders with this Aries energy, okay? Spirit, I'm also hearing that there is some kind of I don't know if it was a car accident or some kind of something. Maybe that's part of the damage. Maybe there's damage to the car. Maybe you were injured or something like that. It's in the past. I'm not predicting anything in the future. Something about a car crash that had already happened, okay? And maybe that factors in here somewhere. The Eight of Cups, of course, is the sort of loss of hope. It's the feeling in the environment. Especially these two cards, again, these two positions in the Dove and Serpent spread are very intimately connected. So what's within you is this suffering sort of hanged man, and it's kind of, maybe this is you in bed recuperating, right? The Eight of Cups in the environment is sort of you seeing as if, or looking at things as if they're never going to improve. Things are just not getting better. That the cup is half empty, and not only that, but there's a leak in it. It's cracked, and the water's just draining out slowly, right? And I think that this is something that we're trying to, you're flipping this around. So no longer is the glass half empty and it's getting lower. Now it's the glass is repaired, right? We've sort of fixed the vessel, and now the water energy is filling up. And you like it. You want more and more. You want as much of this love, much water, as much joy as you can handle. Right? So we're filling these cups back up. And this is really, too, a good reminder with the Queen of Pentacles of what you sort of don't want to repeat. Okay? Take care of your body, take care of your heart, right? And I think this is a lot of self-care, a lot of self-love, radical self-love, putting yourself first, getting in touch with how you really feel about things, getting in touch with your body. How does your body feel? And maybe that's why I'm getting the injury or illness vibe, because it kind of is like getting in touch with how you feel physically, as maybe it's a reflection of how you feel emotionally. Okay? And I think this is kind of the work that you've had to go through to get right here where we are right now today. Right? This is really, really good stuff. The Emperor here, it's kind of like, I think Spirit's saying that it's time to start making plans. It's time to really step into your leadership energy. Be the leader of your own life. Start making plans. Start setting up goals. Make goals, right? What does the Emperor do? It says, okay, well, I want to build a big-ass pyramid over there. I want to do these big monuments. I want these big murals made. I want to have all these bridges made, all these construction projects, right? Really, really high ambitions, really setting the bar really high. A lot of big, huge goals. And I feel like that's what Spirit's telling you right now. Just come up with just the grandest goals that you can. What is your big ass pyramid that you're going to make in your life? Start that project. Set those goals. Set those intentions. There's no time to waste here. Okay, but I feel like that's kind of the obstacle for you is giving yourself permission to dream really, really big, to aspire really, really big. Yeah. You need some new goals. Yeah, you need some new goals. And I think that these goals are not only physical and financial, but they're emotional, family-oriented, romance type of goals, spiritual goals, all of these things. Everything you can, make a list, right? The Six of Wands at the end here is showing the triumph of that. It's showing that you are crossing the finish line on those goals, that you're achieving them, right? Dream really, really big, and you will achieve really, really, really big. Yeah. This is the card of victory. But the victory is not for you alone. The victory is for you and your people. It's something, when you accomplish these things, it's sort of for everyone's benefit. You think you're a big-ass pyramid. Well, now, maybe for one pharaoh did it. But now it's for everybody to enjoy for thousands of years, So set your sights really, really high, okay? And know that you're capable of doing that, and know that the success is going to improve your life and the lives of everyone that you care about. Yeah. This is really feeling that you have triumphed over adversity. You've triumphed over any of these forces that were sort of keeping you down. We kind of see some sort of malignant forces in your life, right? Like this one and what we felt up here. And it's just like, and even this one in a sense, because it's kind of this is the need to sort of heal from something, right? So you've done it. You've triumphed over something in your life. And I don't know exactly what it is that's going on with you, but take advantage of it. Okay? Invite people over. Invite yourself over to somebody else's house. When you think of somebody, call them up. Reach out to people. Set these goals. Set these long-term goals for yourself. Career, in health, finances, mental, emotional goals, spiritual, creative goals. Right? Let's look at the mystery card. I was thinking Fool. Now I'm thinking Nine of Cups. Right? That's super abundance. Yeah. I feel like you're also burning some incense right now, right? And to me, it's not an incense of purification. It's an incense of consecration, right? You're not trying to clear out the old energy. I think now whatever you're doing is to invoke all of the good energies, where you kind of have the banishing rituals, and then you have the invoking rituals. You got to banish first before you invoke, right? I feel like you've done the banishing. It's time to invoke now, Maybe we'll get the Magician, or the Hierophant, or the Fool, or the Nine of Cups. Let's see. The King of Wands, fixed fire energy. Well, it's not any of those things that I wanted, but it's very steady and very consistent energy, and this is good. This really, in all seriousness, this is the very practical response from the tarot, because this is saying that, yeah, this kind of fiery, impulsive Aries energy is not just a flash in the pan. This isn't just a mood that's going to pass in a couple days and you're going to be kind of right back to where you were. No, this is a new level. This is something that is going to be sustained. Okay, this is consistent effort. This is you're not sort of losing your mojo. It's not fizzling out in a couple of days. It's going to be there long term. This is so if there is some sort of recovery or restoration or a rehabilitation, Spirit's reminding you to go slow, because you want this to last for a long time. You may be feeling better now, and it may feel like you want to just jump out of bed and run a marathon or do a Spartan race. Set those goals, yes, but remember to do it in a very kind of slow and gradual way so that it can be steady and consistent. Okay? And I think this is a special sort of message for some of you that are recovering from something like that. Don't run before you can walk, but have those goals. Spartan race. That's the goal. And then you build yourself up, to get there. So a lot of what we see here is sort of the recovery from something. And if you're sick or something, and then as soon as you start feeling better, you feel like you just want to get up and run around the house, but then you do, and then you kind of feel worse and you're right back in bed. We don't want that to happen, right? So we kind of, we gradually increase the activity. And maybe that's a big part of why we've got the Six of Cups and the Knight of Wands, because you feel as if you're perfect now. I'm completely better. Everything is perfect right now. So then we want to get up and we want to run as fast as we can. Well, just be careful with that, because that might land us right back in bed. Okay? So I think that's a really good sort of kind of different angle here that we need to keep in mind. Yeah. But this is really, really good energy. And we are going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around for that, there's a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for Capricorn, Thursdays and Sundays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything. And, it supports the channel. I appreciate that. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.